buddy. If you can hear me, let me know. Let me know. Hit a 1 if you can hear me. I'm trying to connect my Bluetooth. All right, awesome. So there's multiple police out in front of Thomas Mosley's house, and they have his whole house taped off. There is word that they have found him in the lake with an alligator, but that's just word, hearsay. Waiting on the press release at 8:15. It doesn't sound good at all, Matt. It looks like they might. Oh, that sounds good, Matt. Hey, Laura. Hey, Watcher. Sucky Peaches. So, waiting on the press conference, but it just does not sound good. I do have plans on being there tomorrow morning if it's still going to happen if they do not find him. I'm not too sure. I was trying to search out and figure out, but I'm not too sure because it looks like there's two different ones. One in particular that's like a what do you call those guys? Promoter, like a club promoter. Hey, sir. I am trying to get logged into everything so I could look. Yeah, his mom was found brutally unalived. are telling JLR that they found him in the lake. Oh, that's good, Miss Canada. Okay, now I'm connected. So it looks like they have found in the body of the lake, and that's why they are going into the home. Oh, stay safe, Matt. Stay safe. Yeah, I'm watching him right now as we speak, too. I'm waiting to see if there's any updates. This is so sad. Yeah, I understand that. Hey, Dale C. JLR is saying a fisherman found him. And an alligator. Oh, in Lake Magori. Even the locals are coming up and saying it. This is so sad, y'all. I'm thinking it's the apartments, right? I'll find out. Let me pull something up, see if I can pull up the maps, and we'll find out. Yes, she sent me a video. I have not been able to look at it yet. But as far as I know, she is safe. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at this and see what he has to say as I try to get my Bluetooth set up. Yeah, I accidentally wrote back to Stephanie that it was 600 casualties, but as of update, it was 600 injured. Will do. I can't even hear myself at the moment. I'm trying to get my Bluetooth set up. I'll do that right now. Thank you, Tanit.
WFLA Now will begin momentarily.
Yes, Texas Granny, about 45 minutes away from me.
Breaking news on WFLA Now. Here is JB Buno.
We're minutes away from a suddenly called press conference from the St. Pete Police Department, where we're expected to get what has been described as a significant update in the case of missing 2-year-old Taylen Mosley, as well as the update in the investigation into the death of his mother, 20-year-old Passion Jeffrey. We're live across all platforms in advance of the press conference getting underway here on WFLA Now. We don't want folks to miss the beginning of this press conference, and we've been told that they might even go a little bit early. The scheduled start time for the St. Pete Police press conference is 8:15 Eastern time. That's 4 minutes from now. Let's go live and show you the podium. This press conference taking place at St. Pete Police headquarters. So not like the other press conferences that were taking place at the apartment complex where the body of Passion Jeffrey was found and where Taylen Mosley was last seen. So we're going to go live to the podium here and listen in as soon as we have the opportunity to do so. In the meantime, we're going to welcome in our audience joining us across multiple platforms. Again, JB here with you in the Stream Center. Media just now filing in. This is a press conference that was called around 7:30 Eastern time. A word went out to the media that there was a significant update in the case. This is a case that started, of
He
course,
is
with the
adorable,
Amber Alert
Miss
that went out
Canada.
statewide
And what
across the
kills me
state of
is he's
Florida
the same age as
for the
my
missing
boys.
2-year-old in this case, that missing 2-year-old again, Taylen Mosley. Whether or not this update, this significant update, is specifically connected to Taylen
This is so
or the
sad.
homicide investigation with his mom, we're about to
Here we
find
go,
out.
y'all.
Here's Chief Anthony
I'm
Hollow.
gonna mute.
Okay. It's with great sadness I have to inform you here today that Taylen's body has been found. It is my condolences going out to the family and to his loved ones. We are sorry that it had to end this way. Through investigative technique, we were able to find an area around Dell Holmes Park that led the investigators to that area. The detectives had been there all afternoon, and while they were there, they were spotted an alligator with an object in his mouth. As the detective got closer, they fired one round to the alligator. The alligator dropped the object that he had in his mouth, and we were able to retrieve Taylen's body intact. The father, Thomas Mosley, is now being charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder. I can tell you now that Taylen's mom, Miss Jeffries, her body was stabbed multiple times. Until the medical examiner has a chance to look at Taylen's body, we cannot tell you the cause of death. I would like to thank all the law enforcement agencies that assisted us today or since Wednesday, and a special thanks to our detectives here at St. Pete Police Department. These men and women have worked tirelessly since Wednesday at 2:30 trying to find hoping for Taylen for a better outcome. But again, that didn't happen. Needless to say, tomorrow we don't need the volunteers to come out to assist us in looking for Taylen, but I just want to again thank everybody for volunteering to come out to help us. With that, remember this is an ongoing investigation, so I will try to answer some of your questions.
And after almost 2 days of looking for little Taylen, I know you've had so many crews on the ground searching, brought in, all hands on deck, like you said. I mean, this has got to be tough for your team, given that things end like this on Friday and February.
It's very tough because these men and women, again, since Wednesday at 2:30, they've been working tirelessly trying to find Taylen. And we didn't want to find him this way, but at least we can bring some closure to that family now. Again, there's emotions up and down because as they're doing investigating, they're following up the leads that we were hoping that we could find him alive. So these detectives and these law enforcement agency officers, they go through a lot. And tomorrow, guess what? They got to start all over again doing something else. But my hat off to these men and women for being able to do this. At this time, we're not going to talk about that. Again, we're still doing this ongoing investigation.
If someone spoke with you at all, what was the reaction to once that alligator is shot, to seeing that as a human body that the alligator had, if the officer that found him was able to speak to that?
I'm sorry, you're asking about.
I guess, what was the reaction, to seeing the human body in an alligator's mouth after that shot was fired?
Well, I can't tell you that. Just think about anybody. The officer sees a body of a child. What would be your reaction to that? What would you think? So that officer, he or she has to. They've been working since Wednesday, and they see a child in an alligator's mouth. So they got to do their job, but at the same time, I can't tell you their reaction. I can tell you probably a lot of emotion went through their body, but they still had to do their job.
How does one separate the job and the emotion, if that's even possible?
These men and women do it each and every day. They come to work, they investigate a case. They got to put a case together to make sure that Mosley get convicted of this. So they got to do their job on that. And they do it. They do it quite well.
Chief, are those 2 counts of first-degree murders that?
Thank you, Obed. It's greatly appreciated.
Or what are those counts for? Is he charged with both of their deaths or just Passion's death?
He's charged with both of their deaths. 1 count for Passion and 1 count for Taylen.
But you said the cause of death for the child is still pending, right? So we don't know if he was deceased before he went into the lake or after?
That is correct. So that's what we're trying to determine.
And then where is this lake in relation to the apartment complex?
So how far away is that?
It's miles.
It's several miles.
So it
If-
would have to be an intentional act, not like he just wandered out.
So let's just give you an example of where the incident happened is way out on Gandy in 4, Lake McGorry is at 22nd South.
Is any Wydell Home Park, is that where the father lives?
Again, this is an ongoing investigation, and through investigation technique, we were able to zone in on that area.
Thank you, proud
And
Mimi.
we heard that Mosley
Yes,
was at
pray for the
hospital
family
with
and friends of
cuts.
this family.
Can you tell us if there was
He
a
deserves to
like
rot in
back
hell.
from passion if she was stabbed by him?
Again, this is an ongoing investigation, and I can tell you, like I said, when he went to check himself into the hospital, he had cuts to his hands and to his arms.
Do we know if he's still in the hospital?
He is still there.
Since your last update, has the said anything to you?
He's probably
Said
handcuffed
anything about me?
to the bed.
When the
Thank you,
detective
Obed,
went out and
again.
spoke to him, he didn't want to talk to the detectives, and then later on, he asked for an attorney.
You said police fired a round at the alligator. Have you taken the alligator in at all, or is the alligator back in the lake?
The alligator was killed.
Alligator was killed. Okay.
Any other questions? Thank you very much.
Well, there's not much to be said. JLR is behind or in front of his house. I'm sorry. Tasha T, the baby has been recovered miles away from the apartment, so obviously the father did take him. Now he's being charged with 2 counts of murder, not just towards the mother. Sorry, I'm trying to listen to the JLR. So the baby was found in Lake McGorry. Yeah, Dale, they have to ask those questions just because they'll be asked those questions, unfortunately. It may sound stupid, but people ask those kind of questions, so they try to think ahead and make sure they answer those questions before they know that they're going to ask them. The locals are starting to get wind in that neighborhood, and that's not a good neighborhood. So I have a feeling this won't be good in that neighborhood. The lake is very close to where the father lives. Yes, I do, Dale. That lake is closer to the father's house than the apartments that he was missing in. I think the neighborhood will definitely not be happy. When you think about neighborhoods like that, they kind of police themselves, and you go after an innocent baby like this. And him being a club promoter, if this is the correct one that I found, probably won't go through well. I would too, Texas Granny. Yes. Stabbed her multiple times. And I'm assuming him too. So I'm assuming the medical examiner will have Taylen's body, and then we'll get more information from there. But the police do have Thomas Mosley's house surrounded. So I'm assuming there's definitely evidence there, and they're monitoring the family as well. Hi, Captain Crime. This is so incredibly sad, y'all. Yes, there is Miss Canada, but I always think an eye for an eye, death penalty all the way. But yeah, he lived with his whole family, like his mom, his dad. Adele, he was recovered in the lake in an alligator's mouth. So we won't know until the medical examiner gets deeper in there to see. And the lake is closer to the father's house than the mother's apartment. So obviously it's not the lakes that are close to the apartment, and his father obviously did it. And the father is not speaking. Once he finally agreed, he asked for an attorney. That says enough right there. This is so incredibly sad. There's got to be evidence or some type of circumstantial stuff that has to be in his house because the cops have that place surrounded. Amen. It's incredibly sad. Yep, it's insane. He deserves to rot in hell. Queen, the baby was found in the lake close to his father's house, not the mother's apartment, so the baby did not wander off into that lake, and he was found in an alligator's mouth. Exactly, Dale. He was so beautiful. He lives on the 1700 block of 21st Street, so on the corner of 1700 and 21st in St. Pete. Now, my question is not to be overly graphic, but the kid would have had to have injuries or already gone before he was put into the water, in my opinion, for an alligator. Because alligators only go after anything that's already deceased. They don't eat anything that's already alive. That's why they bite down and flip. Adele, me too. But that's why we're here. We have to bring awareness for these situations. He is not going to get away with it, Silky Peaches. No way in hell he'll get away with this. We'll make sure of it. Almost all missing kids. Well, Captain Crime, yes and no. Because he was in an alligator's mouth. So who knows what was punctured? Because alligators, have you seen their mouths? They've got bright pearly teeth. I agree, Queen, but unfortunately, it's always happened. We just happen to see more of it now because we have the internet. And with YouTube, we tend to get the news out there a lot faster. and not biased of who's in our pocket. We bring awareness and truth, and we keep their names out there. It's just super sad. Queen, yes, but they had to shoot the alligator to retrieve the baby out of his mouth. So it seems like he had the lockjaw. Exactly, Tasha. The statistics of children, that's what gets me. And I even had a conversation with the cop that showed up back when the twins locked us out that one night during the live. If y'all remember, when I was working with Jim and I had to call the cops because the twins locked me and Angelina out of the house, when I had to call the cops because a guy approached her out back. And we had a conversation and mentioned on how to always be aware, how to educate. But unfortunately, anymore, a lot of the bad people are not the strangers. They're familiar. And that sucks. Okay, Silky Peaches, thank you for coming in, love. So, sounds like he came home that night with blood all over his hands. No, I'm too far away. I'm close enough, but too far away. But it wouldn't surprise me if he's a club promoter. There's a lot of them that all know each other and talk to each other within the industry. I know a lot of people up there running a restaurant and being in the bartending industry for so long. Oh no. I agree, Silky Peaches. On that note, I do agree. That's why I went back to work. I can't just sit at home and do nothing. Well, I will be going back live in 1 hour with Betty. I'm going to finish getting ready, get the twins ready, and then we will have an F It Up Friday. Exactly, Silky Peaches. Well, I guess I won't be headed to St. Pete tomorrow morning. And I will see y'all in an hour. Love you guys, and thank you so much for the support. Please say a prayer. It's members chat only. I did make it public, but it's members chat only. I don't want the trolls coming in because I've been triggering a lot of people lately. I guess I trigger. I don't know. I pull a confuse on that. All right. Please say a prayer. Hug your loved ones a little tighter. And I'll see y'all in an hour. Love ya.